Hello, my friends. It's so wonderful to be back. I'm sure you can imagine, despite all the things going on, I missed you all so much. I missed the nourishment that I get from hearing your wonderful voices and you singing the truths that you tell. Thank you all. It's wonderful to be back. I have a couple things I hope that will amuse you. The first one is a poem that came to me while I was under the care of emergency room and doctors and nurses. It just spoke to me. I had a chance to really appreciate how hard the nurses work and how little appreciation they get. So this is called Yes, the Nurse. Yes, the nurse will see you first and try to gauge your condition's course. Guided by her head and heart, you are likely to have your start of care with that decorated adjutant of the physician there, gowned and garmented, prepared to assess just exactly what kind of mess you represent. Can you, speaking clearly, explain yourself at all, or nearly? Her careful analysis provides a wealth, and so begins the assessment of your health. Whether during the interaction you are lucid, or awash in 14 kinds of confusion, belligerent, bashful, awash in pain, a bloody mess,
Mm.
or completely insane, or somehow headed back toward health, this guardian spirit awakens that inner self. Aided by the sage's wisdom, so begins the data collection and 10 million decisions, which vitals, in consultation with the medical team, though your consciousness may be wandering the shrieking dark valleys of pain, confusion, and worry, uncertainty, yours, calm, under pressure, you're happily a patient of hers. The texts gather round as you're peppered with questions, your vitals assessed, a bouquet of inspections. You've been delivered, the data collected. What steps in preparation you may yet be resurrected? The clouds of uncertainties must be assuaged. The clear-eyed assessment, a solid touch on your arm. A battalion of data arrayed and assessed. Now this team of healers begins to untangle your individual mess. 27 kinds of machines are measuring and applying, all in an effort to keep you from dying. Of them, 10,000 woes man afflicts upon man. The nurses, I'm sure, can tell you they've seen 10,010. Add to that all these innocents terrorized at the edge of their lives. Add in a new computer system installed untrained and unexplained way late last night. Yes, the nurses. And then allow me a second, I'm going to change my background because I want to show you a different picture here. And this other picture is a rather poignant piece. Okay, this is a collection of sea urchins for a poem called A Mob of Sea Urchins. In the world of science, they've discovered under the sea a new kind of non-vegan violence within the sea urchin mob, startling unquiet. Sea urchins, who already have their points, normally quiet in their vegan grazing, in this their reputation has taken a sudden hazing. Sea urchin mobs attacking starfish. I almost hate to say it, it sounds quite alarmish. Sea stars typically prey on urchins, doing their dining them a moral disservice. But scientists have recently noted it seems that sea urchins' revenge is not the stuff of dreams. It's been seen in the lab. Sea urchins study what's been left of a starfish was mangled and bloody, not even enough to invite out for coffee. Sea urchins, usually vegetarian, prefer their toffee, not even taking sugar in their coffee. They together gather, it can seem more than alarmish. They mob the starfish, and it's a riot for the squeamish. It's nearly, frankly, obscenish. They're called in an angry mob when a dozen or more gather. They can do scandalous and a bloody job. A mob of sea urchins. And then last, I don't know if you've heard this story. It is really amazing. You know, we've all seen the horrible stories about refugees and the terrible conditions that they face. This was an extraordinary story. Three gentlemen who were lost and faced with corruption and death and beatings and murder in Nigeria were so desperate they climbed on the rudder of a freighter, not knowing even where it was going. And they actually crossed the Atlantic riding on the rudder of a freighter, and they didn't even know where it was headed. So this is called rudder crossing. 4 fine refugees fleeing what in Nigeria they were every day seeing. Fierce danger, implacable crush of corruption, dared a great deed across the unknown sea lanes to feed. They prepared a meager kit of customaries, these visionaries, a sparse sack of rude food, a threadbare hammock found to sway. And a boatman ferried them, these lost ones, out, only boarding the gate under the twisting tail to skate. In the Nigerian harbor they climbed the rudder, brother and brother, one by the other, a makeshift hammock, and brotherhood, there hangs the reward harder hound. Enough threadbare supplies barely kept them alive, slipping and riding on the rudder, shifting, sliding, constantly shifting above the Atlantic's misty depths, drifting, adjusting, lifting, these perches waving above the sea's turbulent face, riding, gliding across the broad Atlantic's face, 15 days dangling above the sea's sharp face. To Brazil, across the sea, slip sliding, the ever-moving, ever-shifting, slipping, dipping, rising, compromising, dunked and dripping, hauled back and slipping, dozing, till the shore of Brazil presented a rescue and a closing. Rudder crossing. Thank you, my friends. Honor to be with you.